you doing, Internet? I'm Beannuts, and today we'll be doing a reaction review to FiM Season 7, Episode 13, The Perfect Pear. There's nothing that I could have really drawn from the title itself this time. I went into it completely unspoiled and unprepared. Pun partially intended? I've since been made aware that this is a major episode, perhaps the most major since Crusaders of the Lost Mark. Let's get to it anyway. Apparently we're looking at Apple Bloom's legs to start off. And Bonbon. There are a lot of new designs here.
I'm Pear.
Welcome to Ponyville.
You mean welcome back to Ponyville. Pear was originally from here before he opened his famous Pear Jam store in Vancouver.
Vancouver?
Why'd you move back?
I needed a change of pace.
You sure? He looks like
delicious.
someone hiding something.
I can't believe I've gone my whole life without ever having this.
Glad you like it.
How much?
No.
Wow! Thanks, Mr. Pear, sir. It was real nice meeting you.
Glad you're back, Sugar Cube. Just in time for breakfast for dinner.
So
I got
it's
the
evening?
perfect topper for flapjacks at the market today.
Pear jam?
How can you tell just by looking? Uh-oh. Look at him panic. Yeah, that's pretty confusing. They're really panicking.
It's just pear jam.
The big deal is that there is a long-standing feud between the apples
Lewis
and
and
the pears.
Sungo.
Yep.
Why?
So, Hatfields and the Colts?
Well,
Lewis and
actually,
Sungo.
I'm not really sure. You have any idea, Big Mac?
Nope.
Then I guess we should ask Granny? Ask me what?
What goes better with apple fritter flapjacks? Caramel syrup or praline?
Praline?
They're never gonna ask her, are they?
Feels great, Applejack. I'm gonna go wash up for supper. Be right back.
Where's she gonna wash up?
Listen, Sugar Cube. Anytime Big Mac and I ever asked Granny about the feud or the pears, she'd get so upset she couldn't talk. Best not bring it up.
It must be major if she couldn't talk.
But that Pear was really nice to me, even though I'm an apple. I wonder what happened.
Me too. But if we can't ask Granny, I don't know who. We can ask Goldie Delicious. If any pony knows about the feud, it's the family historian.
I'm in. What do you say, Big Mac? Sibling trip first thing tomorrow?
And so Peter New gets to voice two characters this episode. Ooh, that's a lot of books. It must be bigger on the inside of her house.
Now that's how you make an entrance. Or is it an exit?
Works as both.
Anyway, it's so wonderful to see you three. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Wow.
Well, Goldie,
Nice
we
hair.
were hoping you could tell us about the feud with the apples and the pears.
Why are you whispering?
Oh dear. Well, does Granny Smith know you're here?
No, she does not.
But I ran into Pear yesterday, and he was real nice. Maybe the feud was a misunderstanding or something, and we can fix it?
Well, I don't know about that, little one.
It's
but
nice they want to
if
fix
it's
it.
a story you're after, I suppose you have a right to know. Let's see here. I've got a stack of books here someplace. Oh, Apple Family History, Volume 137.
Convenient.
Here we are. Feud with the bears.
Pears.
I mean, pears. My eyes ain't what they used to be. A long time ago.
Story time.
Acres wasn't the only farm in Ponyville. In fact, there was another one just right next door.
That seems like bad planning.
Time to get your apples. Nothing sweeter than biting
That
into
Granny?
a crisp
I mean,
apple on a beautiful fall day.
I'm gonna call young Granny Ann
You could
Smith.
bite into a juicy pear.
Please, pears are just what happens when you ain't no good at farming apples.
Pears are nature's candy. Apples are sour. Like the expression on your face right now.
That's Will Shatner. That is so Will Shatner.
Grand Pear were always at each other. Who was the best farmer? Who took better care of their trees? If Granny read to her trees at night?
Nothing's wrong with a little competition, but this is certainly
Reaches up
overboard.
to the moon,
Almost
and
certainly.
the moon said, "Good night."
Why then, Grand Pear had special blankets made for his trees so they wouldn't get cold.
Good night, trees.
Bloomberg. Bloomberg.
Covered.
How far are they taking the competition?
In fact, all the apples and the pears were rivals to the core.
To the core?
The only apple and pear who ever got along were Bright Macintosh and Pear Butter.
Oh,
I'm not supposed to talk to you.
I'm surprised you can talk at
I'm
all.
not supposed to talk to you either.
My mom says if you hold a buttercup
At least
under
they're
your
out of
chin,
diapers.
it'll make your chin glow. But it doesn't work on me. See?
Because you're the wrong color.
Does it work on me?
It sure does, Buttercup.
Buttercup. I like that name.
Aren't they a little young,
Wait a
too?
apple picking minute. Bright Mac and Buttercup, those are our parents' names.
Of course,
Wow.
Buttercup was just the nickname your father gave your mother, Pear Butter. Well, that was her given name.
Are you saying our mother was a pear?
Ooh, that expression.
So we are half pear?
And half apple.
Can't believe it. How did we not know?
Well, no pony called your mother Pear Butter, and her cutie mark wasn't preserved.
I heard that. She said was. And that's pretty much all the confirmation I need that Pear Butter and Bright Mac are dead, unfortunately.
Job, but Pear Butter don't look too much different from apple butter, so no clues there.
Is there anything else you can tell us about them?
I know they loved each other very much. They had that magical, star-kissed, other side of a rainbow kind of love. You
Yeah.
couldn't be around them too long and not feel a little bit lighter than air yourself.
Anything else?
That's kind of special.
I'd need volume 138 for that. I'm sure I could wrangle it in a couple of days.
I'd be impressed by that.
That's all right, Goldie. It was nice just to hear it.
Oh, I just remembered something. Your dad and his buddy Burnt Oak would get in all kinds of trouble together as
That
coals.
boomerang logo's right
Huh?
over the
Oak?
cheetah.
The firewood sales pony? I haven't seen him in ages.
And we've
He
never
was
heard of him
Billy
before.
Steve's back in the day. Y'all should talk to him.
I don't like the way that cat's looking at her.
Well, well, if it isn't the apples, what can I do for you? I know
He
you're not
recognized
here
them
for
instantly.
firewood. You got more trees than any pony in Ponyville.
I like his voice.
You're right. But we're
And
not
his
here
design.
for
You come to ask about your dad?
Yup.
Well, I wondered if you might. Hope you would. It's nice to talk about.
You know, that's the way that people generally talk about the dearly departed. Then more confirmation they're dead. Because there's a certain way people talk about people when they passed away to remember them fondly, and that is exactly it. That is exactly it.
We had a lot of laughs. In fact, this one time, we were racing to see who could till the fastest, and Bright Mac was leaving me in the dust. He would have won, too, if he wasn't so distracted.
He's all in for that. Whoa, that's a lot of water. How did they fit all that water in that silo?
Oh! Pear Butter, what did you do?
And he's got a little gray
I'm
streak.
not sure.
She's so cute, though.
You didn't do it, sir.
Nice move, Mac.
The water silo. It was my fault.
Well, you owe me a new silo, boy.
That's fair.
You? Come with me. No daughter of mine is gonna make goo-goo eyes at an apple.
She's making them now. And he's out.
Grandpa never would have known it was your father's fault.
Same
There was
coloring.
no way he'd let your
AB
mother
and
take the
Bright
blame
Mac
for
have
something
the
you
same
did.
coloring.
So Dad was super honest. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh, Uncle Jack?
Your dad worked the apple farm all day and then headed over to the Pears on his breaks to fix the water silo. I didn't see him for weeks. Not that he minded. Gave him a chance to get to know your mom.
Did
He
you know
did
her
it for the
mom,
girl.
too?
Buttercup was a real peach of a pear. But if you want to know more about her, you should
I
ask
like
Mrs.
that
Cake.
expression.
Mrs. Cake?
She and your mom were inseparable when they were fillies.
Then
They
let's
both
go.
had
Thanks,
close
Fronto.
friends.
Would it be okay if we stopped by again sometime to hear more stories?
I'd like that very much.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. Hi, Dwight.
Well, cinnamon sugar on toast. All 3 Apple siblings. Hi, Mrs. Cake.
Guess that
we
doesn't
heard you
happen
and
often.
our ma used to be real good friends, and we were hoping you could tell us a bit about her. Oh, I would love to. I never knew the right time to bring it up, but I'm so glad you came. For starters, did you all know that it was your mom who convinced me to pursue baking?
We did not.
What isn't your name, Mrs. Cake?
Not always.
Cupcake.
Back when I was Chiffon Swirl, I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
So they change their
But
whole
one
name
day,
sometimes when
your
they get
mom
married?
brought me some candied pears, eggs, flour, sugar, and vanilla, and told me to just be creative.
I hope she didn't put in the
Next
whole
thing I knew,
package
I
of
was
sugar.
dipping up pear upside down cake, and I got my cutie mark. It was like she knew what I was supposed to do long before I did. Just like you, Sugar Cube. Or rather, you're just like her. That
On
was
point.
the first of many cakes for me, and Buttercup was with me through it all. She'd be my taste tester,
That's a nice design. On chiffon swirl.
help with the decorating, and prep new ingredients. Over the years, I perfected my recipes. Your mom did so much for me.
How does the
One
horse
day,
use a
I
ladder?
wanted to surprise her
That's
with a
just
cake.
weird. Look at what you stumbled on. Oops. And she laughs it off. Oops.
Oh, it's just you. Sorry. I just brought you a little something to say thank you. But I see you're busy.
Promise you won't say anything?
She won't. She will.
What in tarnation are you doing, Bright Neck? We do not fraternize with...
So she had to see Cutie Mark to tell that she was a pear? She would have mistaken her for an apple otherwise or something? But that also goes against what Goldie said about not being able to tell the difference. Still. No, and I'm impressed that this is actually happening. And they actually did this as an episode.
Pears!
Like it's a swear word or something.
You and Bright Mac? Oh, I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Your families hate each other.
I can't
Capulets
help it.
and
It
Montagues.
just sorta happened.
Yes, you did.
Pear
Over
Butter
years.
told me the sweetest love story I have ever heard.
They were fools when they met.
Happy 131,456 hour anniversary, darling.
What? That's way longer than we've been together.
So they've been together.
But it's the anniversary of the first time I called you Buttercup.
How did no one else notice if they've been
It's
together
okay
that
if
long?
you didn't get me in.
Why is anyone surprised?
Actually, I did.
A guitar for me, but I don't know how to play.
Quiet, you.
They're so cute together.
We're far apart in every way, but you're the
Nice
I
song.
know we are the perfect pair.
Title drop.
On a prickly path that goes on for miles. But it's worth it just to see you smile.
And they ducked out.
And I cannot be pulled apart from the hold you have in my heart. And even if the world tells us it's wrong,
That's cute.
in my
And
head
nice.
like a catchy song.
Wow, it's just, wow.
Do you like it? Be honest now.
It's the best gift you could have given me.
Seasons change and leaves may fall, but I'll be with you through them all. And rain or shine, you'll always be mine. On a prickly path that goes on for miles. You're the only one who makes it all worthwhile.
And the man in the moon.
And you should not blame me too if I can't help falling in love with you.
And why would you stop there?
Hey, no fair.
If that
I
was
gonna
supposed to be
tell you
secret
the
or
same
something.
thing.
You're just mad I beat you to it.
They're so good together.
I'm telling you, I was gonna pull you up, cover your eyes, lead you over here, and say surprise. And then you'd say, "Oh, right, Mac, I love him." And then I'd say, "I love you." Too bad it didn't work out, though.
Yep, too bad.
The pears.
That's jarring. No! Big gasp.
I mean, I figured the pears moved, but I didn't know all that stuff happened before.
Big
with
Mac
Granny's
has
grandparents.
Buttercup's
Must have been really
name
hard
color.
on our parents.
Oh, it was. We're moving to Vancouver? But that's so far.
It's what's best. There's acres of untouched land and a warehouse to make our jams. We'll get to expand our business and get away from those gosh darn apples.
Pear butter was devastating.
So you're doing this out of pride.
Seeing no way out of it. She
Oh,
did
that's
what she had
adorable.
to
That's
do.
a Fluttershy face.
So, that's it?
What do you want me to do, Bright Mac? We're moving. I love you, but I have to stay with my family. Then Bright Mac did the most romantic thing I've ever seen any pony do.
What did it do?
We're gonna
Okay.
need one more pony to tell that story.
Mayor, you knew our parents?
Not as well as Mrs. Cake, but I did play a part in their love story. The night before the Pear family moved, Bright Mac asked me to meet him at the edge of Sweet Apple Acres.
That's a setup
I
for a
don't want to be
wedding.
apart from you, ever. I'm not sure what we'll do, but I'm sure of us. So sure that I'd marry you today.
Wow.
I would too.
I think that's my cue.
Nice moon
I
color.
had the honor of officiating your parents' secret wedding, and it was perfect.
And they have 2 witnesses, which means that it's kosher. You know, I think most people can only hope to have a romance like theirs. It's so pure and good. And really, it'd be really hard to be the one who would want to break that apart. Well, just such a pure and good romance, and I'm just loving it. They're so adorable together. They're so good together.
Bright Mac knew Buttercup wouldn't want a big splash,
Reminds me of some pony else I know.
Yep.
so they had a
Seeds
special
instead of
ring to
rings?
seal their vows.
I now pronounce you.
What is going on?
Oops.
What's with all these hair candles?
Pear butter, where are you? You're supposed to be packing. What are you two doing?
Don't bring your food here.
Grandpa, Buttercup and I are in love.
What? And we'll be
How
married
can we
as
still
soon
act
as Mayor
surprised?
Mayor says,
Oh, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
doesn't that feel
That's
nice?
adorable.
Mwah.
And they kissed on
What
screen
are you
because they're married.
talking about? Married? You two can't be married.
Finally, somebody
just
can agree.
did.
Pear, butter, enough of this nonsense. We're moving. You gotta stick with your family.
But the apples are my family now, too.
That is the point.
You can't be serious.
And heard that.
Choosing to be an apple over being a pear?
Only if you make her.
Are you making me choose?
No, you can't do that.
Yes.
No. No. No, you do not do that. Bad. Not break the family. Over what? Over pride? You've gotta be kidding me. I've seen people do bad things for family, people out of pride or anything else. They push people away, they destroy their own support networks, and they poison the relationships. And that's no good. That's not what's best for the family. It's not. But judging from the beginning of the episode, he sort of gets his back for this. But at the same time, it's not worth the cost. You can't break the family.
I am.
Then yeah, I guess I am.
And that's a hard choice.
Fine.
You're just gonna walk away like that angry?
I can't believe Grandpa just up and let ball like that. No wonder Granny never told us about any of this.
These things are never easy. And it's hard to know when it is a good time.
It seems to me that now's as good a time as any.
To talk to both our grandparents.
That's a really mature step to take.
Excuse me, Grandpa?
I'm Applejack, and this year's Big Macintosh. But you already know who we are, don't you?
Sure do.
Did you really move to Ponyville just for a change of pace?
No.
Then you came here because you're sorry and you want to get to know us too?
I'm so sorry. I was just so angry. But I never...
It's in the past, Grandpa.
Except that implies he never saw Pear Butter ever again. And then she died and Brightneck died. So they were never able to get back onto friendly terms. He must have heard about their death. But until now, he never came back. Brightneck and Pear Butter were alive long enough to give birth to these 3 children, and then they died somehow, and he must have heard about it, but he's only come back now. It's kind of too little too late. And yet, because he became estranged with his own daughter and never saw her again after the marriage, it's really, really heartbreaking. And a father should never go through that. And a father should never have to bury their own child. But he never even got to do that because he never reconciled with her. Think about that. Think about how that's in a show that people think is aimed at little girls. That's really heavy.
Oh, can I call you Grandpa?
Sure can.
Because in French, P-E-R-E, Pear, means father. So, yeah. Grandfather, Grandpa Pear. And they're forgiving him, sort of, as much as they can, in place of their parents.
Now, where'd you all get to? I ain't seen Hydra-Harriers all day.
They've been busy.
We've been all over, learning about our parents.
You have?
P-E-A-R.
And our grandfather.
So, you're back, huh?
Sure
voice.
am. Never should have left.
And he realizes his mistake.
Finding you and learning all about Mom and Dad, I feel like I found a piece of me I didn't even know was missing.
Hearing their story makes me feel closer to them somehow.
I'm sorry. I should have told you all about her sooner.
And I should have been here. I can't believe I let a silly feud keep me from my family.
Nothing's keeping you from us now. Let's not miss anything else.
Applejack's
Now
right.
he discards his
Welcome
pride.
back, prickly old hair.
Thanks, you old crabapple.
Now that we're all together, there's something we want to show you. Mom and Dad left us something to remember them by. Come on!
At least the feud is over.
It's beautiful.
It's impossible.
It's at the site of the wedding, and they never found it.
If anything's gonna make it through, it's apples and pears.
That really is beautiful. This was a great episode. And a great song. Peter New, Goldie Delicious and Big Mac. William Shatner as Grand Pear. Felicia Day's pear butter. She was perfect for that. Bill Mundy. And Bill Newton as Bright Mac. Perfect. That was perfect. I'm really impressed sometimes with what the writers can do. They can come across some really impactful lessons and convey real emotion. And like I said, the romance, the love between Bright Mac and Pear Butter was the kind of thing that I think most people wish for and hope for. And I certainly do. And I just really appreciate this kind of thing. And you can't always have these fruits apart. You know what? It was really sweet. Just like these are sweet. Apple. Pear. This is also a pear even though it looks like an apple. It's a brown pear. It's really sweet. I tried one for the first time recently. It's kind of sort of melding that we saw in this episode. Two families coming together, coming out of a feud like that, which is really nice. And it was heartbreaking, and to be honest, that's not my first viewing, but in my first viewing, I hadn't cried that much since Lost Mark. It was nice seeing the Apple's parents and getting to know them, getting to know their friends and the circumstances and the ponies around them. It's something that we've been wanting for a long time, this fandom, and we finally got a little bit of it. And even though we still don't know how and why those two died, we have confirmation that they did, and we have a lot about them, about their characters, their personalities, the way that they were. It was just really a nice episode to get. Like I said before, I'm impressed at the writing and animation and the way that they conveyed everything. Bright Mac and Pear Butter, Buttercup, They're so good together. So sweet, kind, and cute. So adorable, and it was hard seeing Will Shatner's character, Grand Pear, trying to break them up. How can you really, as a father, break up people who are so in love, so obviously in love? That's the question. That someone can see their pride as being worth more than that kind of relationship. And think that Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, can be a better father than someone in My Little Pony show. That's really something, and it says a lot. And yes, I would say that Vegeta is a better father, because he, after he got over things, he was willing to train with Trunks. And he was the kind of person who would do pretty much anything to protect Trunks and Bra and make sure that they were happy and safe, or as safe as he could make them. And he was also a good husband because he defended Bulma to Beerus, of all beings. Beerus, god of destructions, who could destroy Vegeta basically at a glance. When you get that kind of difference, like Vegeta from a warrior race, so full of pride, and he's willing to do more for his family than Grand Pear, whose name, spelled a slightly different way, means father. And that really gets me thinking that family is something that really should be treasured above basically anything else. You have your health in your family, then you're in a good way. And without your family, without your most basic support, you can get very lost very quickly, because it's not just financial, it's emotional too. And really, you see the difference, the dysfunctional family all over TV. All over TV and movies and books. And most of them, though, are broken or dysfunctional families because they are that way. But Grand Pear intentionally broke his family. And that's something that it would be very easy to hate him for that. Because he did that of his own accord. And he made Pear Butter choose to be Pear Butter or to be Buttercup. And that's not the kind of choice you should put on someone. And then on top of that, he never saw her again. He never made the effort to come back and reconcile. Even after he made his business as successful as it could be in Vancouver, he, judging by his actions in the beginning and then at the end, he never spoke to her again. He never saw her again. And that's pretty terrible. And family is extremely important. And we know that it's extremely important for the apples as a whole. To AJ, to Big Mac, Apple, Bloom, all the rest. Family is very important to an apple. Maybe that's a large reason why Granny Smith was so upset, according to AJ and Big Mac, whenever they tried to talk about the feud. She was most angry about what Grand Pear made Buttercup choose. And that's something that really impacted me as well. Now, aside from the emotional this episode was very well written and animated. I don't know if there are a lot of things that could be changed in order to improve it. There were some nice touches and nods. We saw Twilight Sparkle in there, and Grand Pear, the P-E-R-E, the French, as well as the involvement of Vancouver. Both nice nods to Will Shatner's Canadian roots, as well as the Canadian involvement in the show. It was a joy to watch throughout. You know, there were things to laugh at, there were things to cry at. It was, I think, an episode with a lot of rewatch value, because it has so much in it. So much that we can take and learn from it, both as far as the show's lore goes, its history, as well as its lessons, its morals. The show isn't always that great on its morals. It's not always strong, but this one presented it well. You had the whole star-crossed Romeo and Juliet lovers thing in it, but it didn't go so far as to involve physical poison. You know, it had a kind of emotional poison with Grand Pear trying to split the two apart, as well as the feud in general can be seen as a poison because it negatively affected the Pears and the Apples relationships. So you have all this value that you can take from this one episode. And that is, I believe, what it makes. It makes it such a great episode, not only for season 7, but overall. And I do really appreciate that, because I didn't think season 6 was all that strong. It didn't have too much strong story. There weren't any season-long story arcs, and some of the episodes simply fell flat. This is truly a top 10 tier episode for the series. I'm not saying a lot, because there's a lot in seasons 2, 4, and 5 that are extremely strong and that I would be pleased to rewatch again. You know, anytime I rewatch Crusaders of the Lost Mark, I still cry. Every single time it still gets me. And this is also that kind of episode where it's heart-wrenching every single time, because that emotion is sincere and true. And that's the thing, that's the kind of thing that can really get you. And it's clear that the writers felt strongly, Sonko and Lewis, they felt strongly about what they were showing, because their passion shone through in this. And that is also what made it really enjoyable. We had a lot of interesting new character designs. We had also Bright Mac and Pear Butter. Pear Butter was really cute. She reminds me a bit of Sugar Belle, the way her mane is and everything. And her main color is the same as Big Mac's. And she's a really sweet character, and it's a shame to know that she and Bright Mac passed away. And as for Bright Mac himself, he shares a lot of similarities with his son Big Mac, including parts of their names. And then the design colors are the same ones that are on Apple Bloom. So a lot more seems to have been passed to the kids from FiM than from Pear Butter. It really was a great, impactful episode. And that about does it for this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and hope you enjoyed my reactions, as well as my analysis whether or not you agree with me. It's just something that I enjoy and wanted to share. You can comment below what you thought, leave a like or subscribe to the channel, show your support, and even go off to my Patreon if you like. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.